just like what we were talking about. Everybody sets their goals high, and look what happens. This isn't just ours. This is everybody's. This is everybody's. This is what you need, Ted DiBiase. You need a little bit of family. That's what we are. When we get together, we get people's taking it together.
This is not the $1 million belt. This is the Hulkamaniac belt. This is not purchased. These belts, this Hulkamaniac team can't be bought. You gotta fight, kick, and grind for it. And Hulk Hogan, we are gonna fight, kick, and grind for you all the way.
You know something, multi-million-dollar man? Now that we're winding down to the Survivor Series, now that it's not that far off, I really like the fact that you're being backed into a corner by your own team. These guys aren't a bunch of has-beens like you tried to drill into the powers of Payne's mind. These are the best in the world, brother. These are the best at what they do. These are the WWF Tag Team Champions #1. I'm glad you had to cut an extra check to the powers of Pain. And as far as Jake the Snake's DDT stretcher service, arenas all around the country, multi-million-dollar man, his opponents are getting that long, slow ride in that rolling coffin as the ambulance wheels out of the arenas, as the red lights come on. I can't help but think you're going to be the next victim of the DDT. Zeus, you're mine. Jake the Snake, how are you going to get him in the
bottom
DDT?
line is this, my man. A man that's dying of thirst has to have water. A dog that's starving has to have food. A child that's crying has got to have some attention. I have got to have you, Ted DiBiase.
You know, we all have our needs. We all have our wants. But one thing I know, multi-million-dollar man, winding down into this thing, you're going to be on the phone. You're going to try to get a hold of Jake the Snake. You're going to try to get a hold of Demolition. Nobody here sells out. We live by the commandments.
We had, say what? A whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. And when I say who's
word attack skills and vocabulary too. Comprehension of this edition is all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary and like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
We jump back in for another week of wrestling. We are here a day early because tomorrow is Thanksgiving and we want you to have some good on-demand audio ready for the holidays. If you're on the road this evening, you will be able to listen to Ringtime Pro Wrestling while you travel to your destination or come home on Friday. It don't really matter. If you stand outside of Sears or something at 6 o'clock in the morning, you can tune this into your iPod. Keisha, say hi to the people.
Hi. Welcome to Wednesday. Some call it Hump Day. I call it Wednesday. That's exactly the name of it. I ain't got time for all that extra stuff. Okay? I'm just saying. So
I called it I'm not at work, and I'm enjoying it because those people get on my nerves.
exactly.
And women. Okay.
That's the best thing to call it. It's called an off day. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, no. You know how you sometimes you just want to kick a coworker down the steps. I mean, it be like that. And it's just the stress.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
All the stress.
I think that's why the Attitude Era was so popular. Because everybody wanted to whack their boss with a chair. I'm pretty sure that there are some coworkers you would like to give a chair shot to. But enough of workplace violence. Keish, it has probably been the most interesting week in wrestling has ever had, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to say most interesting. Here's the thing. We are going to, this is our Survivor Series recap. And we're going to talk about everything that happened at Survivor Series, but pretty much I'll give you the quick rundown. Here's the Cliff Notes version. The entire pay-per-view was shite until the last 30 minutes.
Exactly.
After that, it was magnificent. So, I'm going to say the entire. There was some shining moments. But here's the thing. I didn't think that they were going to keep it at a 5 or 6 match pay-per-view. Well, actually a 5 match pay-per-view. And they did expand it with a few things, but it wasn't like great expansion.
No, it was something that I actually wanted to see. It was just more so some extra exaggerated filler stuff.
Well, they wasn't gonna give you anything you wanted to see because they just didn't have. They don't have the horses for that. So it's not like they was gonna pop in a good surprise match. Like that that won't exist.
Right.
But let's go. We'll run it down in order, and we'll get to the big thing everybody wants to talk about, and I will explain everything in detail. But we had a pre-show that featured a repackaged Fandango versus Justin Gabriel. Wasn't that impressed. Fandango got a new move, but he's still Fandango.
Exactly. Like, there was nothing different about him than his music and the way and the colors he wore and the way he danced. Like, it was like Fandango. You're still the same person, dude. Like, seriously. He has his dance partner.
Yeah, he has Rosa, which I'm like the least impressed person by Rosa Menendez on Earth. Like, and it's nothing against her personally. It's just that, like, I don't get it.
Exactly.
Like, she, you know, I mean, there's a crowd for everybody, I guess, right? Fandango is what that gimmick is, right? Like, I think he has an interesting look, but I think that gimmick is what it is. I mean, it's Honky Tonk Man 2014. Like, right. It's not meant. Like, I think sometimes the WWE creates this mystique, like everybody has a chance to main event. Nah, bruh. This guy will make the lower mid card. He'll be the number one contender for the IC belt at some point and lose, and that'll be about it. So, I'm not really that invested.
And I'm gonna need for them to keep everybody in their place.
Not really that invested, but that happened. Apparently, Cesaro is still on punishment because there was a secondary match in the pre-show where he took on Jack Swagger for about 3 minutes and tapped out.
Right.
So, yeah, like, there's going to be a long road for Cesaro. I wouldn't get on no interviews no time soon, bruh.
Exactly.
Stay off the interviews. Don't talk to nobody. You know what I mean? And if they ask you something, just say something positive, man. If you ain't got nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. Like, dog, you need to say something positive.
Because you already said enough. So he's already said enough. And that's why he's in a position he in now. So, yeah. Really needs him to watch what comes out of his mouth.
Oh, no, I knew the show had some problems when we opened up with a promo.
Yeah.
Like, we went 17 minutes in without no wrestling, so that let me know we was in for something.
But it was a pay-per-view. Like, how you go 17 minutes in a pay-per-view without wrestling? Come on, man. They figured
people hadn't paid. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I saw it. It was okay. They did sell the story, but pretty much at this point, you don't need to sell the story. You win or you're not, right? But guess what? Essentially, it was a one-match pay-per-view, so it was still about that match. So I really can't be that mad with it. Next up, we go Fatal 4-Way. Los Matadors, the Dust Brothers, the Usos, and the Miz twins duke it out for the tag team titles.
Right.
I think we had to give another flavor to Usos versus Gold Dust and Stardust. I thought it was a good match. I thought everybody... Los Matadors didn't do anything to warrant them being there, but they still worked themselves out. I thought forcing El Torito into the match was a little much. Like, a El Torito spot really wasn't needed. But I get it. Like, I'm not 7 either, right?
Right.
Because I think that's the thing we forget sometimes. As bad as that looked, you're not 8. And I think if I was 8, maybe I would have been like, ooh, El Torito, yay!
Right.
And especially if I was an 8-year-old Mexican boy, it might be like a whole nother world for me. So I didn't dig it, but I got it. I thought some things I did like. I like Stardust came with a new outfit.
Yeah,
like,
that was hot. I like the color.
Hey man, this is what more wrestlers need to think of. This is a pay-per-view. Dress it up. If you wear the same thing traditionally on Raw or SmackDown or whatever, get a new outfit for the pay-per-view.
Right.
It says it's a big event. Dress it up. Like it's a very subtle thing, But you know how he changed the face paint and changed the colors and stuff like that. Oh man, it's something special. If I don't know what I'm watching and I turn by, I'm like, wow, why do they look like that? Like, what was the presence of the change? And then I realized, oh, it's something big going on.
Exactly.
So, just something, you know, like a little nitwit. Well, I said nitwit. That's not the right word. A little tidbit of information that could go a long way sometime. But I thought they played the crowd really smart. Miz and Sandow go over and win the belts.
One thing I got from this match, Mizdow is hot shit. Okay, Mizdow is everything to the fans. He's there.
He took the crappiest gimmick and made it work.
Exactly.
Like,
right.
If you don't think a guy has star potential, that was the crappiest gimmick. Like, I think a month ago, I was like, this is terrible. I think somebody should be shot for this.
I always thought it was hilarious, but at the same time, I really didn't think that it was going to be, like, as big as it is. Like, he took something that was supposed to have been so horrible and made it so wonderful. Like, I have to applaud him for that.
Or watching a dude standing outside the ring and acting out the match. Even the points where he is in trouble. With himself. Like it's hilarious.
He throws himself on the ground and the screen and everything. Like, he'll roll out and all of that. Like, it's crazy. Look. So anything that he does, like, he does. And it's just funny to watch. He mimics the holds, he mimics the body slams, everything. Like, I was like, how is it that he's mimicking everything and making it look so good? Like, it's crazy.
That crowd had...
I'm a fan.
That crowd had... Because when they started doing the... Boo, Miz. Yay, Sandow. Man, they kept going back and forth. And them two picking up on it, I thought was genius. I thought it was funny. Miz holding both belts and Sandow holding up imaginary belts. I thought that was a nice touch, just to the weirdness of their dynamic of their relationship. Because something will change, and then somebody's going to turn.
Of course.
But I want something to really launch off for Sandow. So this was a good start for that situation. So after that, we go to I call it the Total Divas match, because I think everybody who's in this match is going to be or has been added to Total Divas, except for maybe Layla.
Right.
Because Paige is going to be on next year, or the next season, so is Alicia Fox. But the good girls won. Natty, Naomi, Alicia Fox, and Emma. They pretty much destroyed Team Paige, left Paige by herself, didn't let Paige lose.
It was a clean sweep.
Yeah.
It was a clean sweep and it was out.
I think they have no plans on using them in anything productive, so I think this is where, everybody falls from grace. I thought Paige was going to be left by herself and then start running through chicks. But that sounds too much like right. And, I'm sure somebody thought against that when it was brought up. Big match, Bray Wyatt versus Ambrose. Didn't have a lot of expectations. I thought they had a good match with no direction. And what I mean by that, like, they really don't have a feud to speak of. Well, now they do. But they really have a feud to speak of. And it really wasn't, like, you can't really gauge the reasoning behind it, right? Bray is kind of...
There's no reasoning behind it.
Bray is trying to establish something, but it still doesn't quite click over. But what you got is Ambrose is mad that Bray has attacked him, but we still don't get the center of the conflict. But that being said, they turned in a good match. I think both are dynamic characters and good enough on the mic where they can sell stuff. So if we can care about them, I think the feud is gangbusters. I would caution, though, it's going to be hard to get that sentiment across. But, like, we're on the right track so far. Match breaks down. Ambrose has the chair. Ref says, don't do it, don't do it. Here's the thing. A lot of people probably were expecting that Cena idea where Ambrose would have threw out the chair and tried to win fair and square, right?
No, come on, man.
Nah. Yeah. So Ambrose has this is where Ambrose has to differentiate himself, though. So he waxed the shit out of Wyatt with the chair, gets DQ'd, but keeps on beating him and beating him. And next thing you know, it's a table, then a ladder, more chairs. And TLC is already booked next month.
Right.
3 weeks away, mind you. 3 weeks. Ambrose will be taking on Wyatt in a tables, ladders, and chairs match, which I still haven't figured out what the hell they're going to put at the top of that ladder. Because traditionally, a tables, ladders, and chairs match is simply a ladder with tables and chairs.
Right.
Like, it hasn't always been like for something that hangs up at the top of the ladder, but they ain't going to have
It's right, because it normally has a meaning. It's normally a title match, Money in the Bank, contracts, something. I mean, they really don't have a point in having a tables, ladders, and chairs match. They just need to have a match at tables, ladders, and chairs, which makes no sense when it comes out of my mouth. I mean, it sounded correct in my head. I understood it when I said it in my head, but when I say it out loud, it just doesn't sound right. I don't get it. It's like, no, I don't think that was supposed to happen. Yeah, that happened. Okay, what the hell? So, but that's pretty much what's going to happen. I mean, they're going to have to give them something. I mean, how do you win a tables, ladders, and chairs match if you don't have anything to fight for?
No, they'll figure something out. And maybe not. Maybe it's just going to be a good violent match, right?
Right.
We'll see in 3 weeks. And I think they did that also to drive the subscriptions. Here's the thing. They're making a bunch of people who watching this match are getting the network for free. So, to keep them to hold on to their subscription, hey, next month, 2 weeks after your subscription expires, there'll be this big match at TLC. You want to hold on, just $9. You can hold on to get it.
Exactly.
And I think that's the idea behind that. Nikki Bella defeats AJ Lee for the Divas title. Brie, I guess, comes up and kisses AJ before the match. The whole Daniel Bryan WrestleMania gimmick.
Right.
Where, AJ kissed Daniel and Daniel lost the title. I guess this is some kind of turnabout, a fair play thing for her husband. I don't know. Thought it was weird. I will say this. I was wrong about something. AJ is not done with the company. They still plan on keeping her around for a while. So this jobbing really makes no sense now.
Right.
Where it was like, I was like, oh, they jobbed because she's going to be gone. Nah, that's not necessarily true. So it really makes less sense why they would job her. But hey, man, don't accuse WWE for trying to make sense, right?
Yeah, that doesn't happen much. So, I mean, if you try and make logical what they're doing, then it falls apart. Like it just all falls apart. So that's crazy. I don't know, but is Bray heel now? Like, that's the question that I think most people are asking. They're like, so is she heel?
Oh yeah, I mean, pretty much. She hugged her sister afterward, and life was good. Like, she was standing next to her sister. So now she looks bad, Bella. Now, so everybody's on the evil Bella side with no resolution or no nothing. It's just automatic. 30 days of now. Hey, so all that. I hope you die in the womb. All that's forgiven now, I guess, right? Which was terrible writing. Whoever thought of that
is it over? Yeah, it should be over. Like, it was over. Like, I'm like, thank God it's over. Can it be over already? Ugh.
No. So 30 days of them, and here's the thing. I don't know if that makes them better or more unsufferable, but this is what we have right now, right? So Nikki defeats AJ. Now here's the big money. Team Cena versus Team Authority. All the marbles. Hey, Team Authority loses, they out of power. Team Cena loses, everybody fired except Cena. Hell shall ensue, right?
Right.
Well, let's start the match. Mark Henry gets knocked off the first 18 seconds.
Exactly. He's
on
top.
Now, it's funny, I read an article and somebody said, hey, they took care of Mark Henry. Yeah, they did. They did take care of him. They made sure he looked as stupid as possible to start the match. Like, that's what they did. Like, they didn't protect Mark Henry. No. If anything, what they did, they just, man, save our black wrestlers. I'm going to start that. That is a telethon. We need to save our black wrestlers.
He was the sacrifice. He went first. He went first. It was awful. He went first. Not only did he go first, but he went in within the, first 18 seconds of the match, and he already go. Are you kidding me? He didn't have a shot, Keith. He didn't have a chance in hell. They was like, oh yeah, get rid of Henry first. We're just going to have Show knock him out and get that out of the way. Like, are you kidding me? Why though? It was awful.
Like the bell run, he walked up and got knocked smooth out. Okay,
exactly.
So that's that part of the match, right?
Right.
Yeah, we 504. Team Cena loses a guy. Then we 404. Team Cena goes up. Team Cena loses a guy. You know what I mean? Like, right. I think we came down to Luke Harper, Kane, and Seth Rollins, Cena,
right.
Dolph. Because we got rid of the Big Show. We got rid of Rusev because DQ. Because we had now they did protect Rusev.
Now, yeah, Rusev got counted out. Right. And it was because he decided he wanted to fly through tables. He was trying to hurt Dolph, flying through a table himself. Couldn't get back in the ring. Dolph got back in the ring, though. And since Dolph was the leader man, the count didn't stop, and he got counted out. It was over. Like,
I mean, going through...
Oh, let's go to the back.
Highlight of the match. Very impressed with Rowan doing a spinning heel kick.
Oh,
didn't think a big man could move like that. Very impressed.
I was. When Rowan surprises me in the ring, because there's things he does that I could never think that he could do. Never.
Very big guy, very agile, along with Harper. Harper's a very agile guy. They had their situation. So we're down 3-3. Big Show does a swerve. He knocks out Cena and walks away. Cena gets pinned. He gets himself counted out. Goes over, shakes Triple H's hand, and everybody's smiling.
Right. He walks out smiling like,
Big Show turned heel for the 88th time. Whoop-de-doo. Exactly. Right? Like, I was more disturbed by that than anything else.
You know what, Keith? I really just was like, seriously. Like, I would have been better if somebody else made this heel turn during the show. Like, I was like, Big Show, really? Like, that's surprising. Come on, man. That's so goddamn predictable. It's ridiculous. Big Show, like, how many times is he going to change from heel to face to heel? Like, nobody want to see this every week.
Right.
It gets on my nerves. I can't.
No?
What? Lord.
Totally get it. No, very, very terrible, terrible idea, whoever came up with that. But it happened. So now, Dolph is alone. He's facing Harper, Ambrose, and Kane. Not Ambrose, I'll say, but Rollins. How does he overcome? I thought, and I wrote this a couple of months when we knew what the teams were going to look like.
Yeah.
This was a chance for Dolph Ziggler to shine.
Right.
Somebody else thought that it was time for Dolph Ziggler to shine. I take you to 1987. Very first Survivor Series. Team Hogan versus Team Andre. Everybody got eliminated on Team Hogan. I think Hogan got DQ. Bam Bam Bigelow was left by himself against the one-man gang, King Kong Bundy and Andre the Giant. Bam Bam put on a show for the ages. Bam Bam took out King Kong Bundy. He took out the one-man gang. He couldn't take out Andre. And Andre was the sole survivor.
Right.
Dolph has slightly better luck. In a clinic for the ages, a guy who was tired, who had been there, probably one of the hardest workers in the game.
Yeah.
Gave a masterclass performance. I thought, you bought it. You really didn't take too much of a leap, but you bought it. Took out Cade. Took out Harper. Took out Rollins. Took out the Stooges.
Yeah.
Triple H had to get involved. Yeah, Triple H had to get involved.
Right. That was the only reason why he went down.
Yeah. Triple H had to take out the refs. Because, hey, man, we Dolph hit a zigzag. I think Rollins was done.
Oh, yeah,
Trips had to take out the refs.
Had Triple H not pulled that ref out of the ring, 1, 2, 3, it would have been over. Had he not pulled the ref out the ring, that would have happened.
Trips was all, just beat down Dolph. Had to beat up another ref. And what ended up happening? Hey, man, the greatest moment of wrestling history all kind of showed up at one time.
Exactly. The music hit.
The music hit. And I didn't, like, here's the thing. I didn't read the dirt sheets because I wanted to be surprised. Also, the way everybody reported, it wasn't booked originally this way. Like, Steve was going to come out before the Bella match or something and just say, hey, I'm here.
Right.
Yeah, they did this. So, man, the music hit, the background, we started doing the thing, and Steve comes down the ramp. It looks pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was done after that. I swear to you, I was watching this on my phone. I was screaming when it happened. Like, I literally was screaming. I was too excited. And the thing about it is, I read one of the dirt sheets. But at the same time, of course, I just passed it off as like, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. Like, it's been going on for so long. Like, that's the thought process that I had and still had until he walked down that ramp.
We were in St. Louis, so I expected RKO out of nowhere, right?
Right.
I expected RKO, Triple H, Seth Rollins, let's make the pin and call it a day. No, man. It was Sting. Sting. 13
Finally.
years we've been waiting for Sting to show up in the WWE, and it's happened. It was magical. I was marking out. I cared little to nothing about anything that had happened at the pay-per-view before that.
Right.
This is like say you was in math class and the teacher had a test, and up to this point you had a D. But she said on question 25, if you get 25 right, there's 102 bonus points, and it fixed your whole test. That's basically what happened with Sting showing
there ain't
up.
Nothing else after that.
You can't have another debut.
No.
I'll say this. There'll never be another debut like this, and I'll tell you why. Because there'll never be a star that big that will exist outside of the WWE universe as far as a wrestler and build his name as a wrestler that big, because there's no company to do it in now. So it's kind of like, wow, this is amazing. He dropped Triple H and put Dolph over, and that's it. Dolph beats the Authority, man. Dolph is a sole survivor. I think, here's the thing. The thing with the Sting thing, it was so taken over is that I think we almost forgot about Dolph. And that before, because that needs to be the next focus, is getting Tim taking that push and moving the ball. Right? Like, he is a young guy. He's the next generation. Take that step and move the ball. I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is, right? So we had that. I thought all in all, if you didn't leave satisfied, I don't know who you are, right? And like I said, I think Sting represents something so special for so many fans that it was really good to see him. And I think they laid the seeds for him versus Triple H at WrestleMania. And I know I've heard, well, what about Undertaker? Let's be real. And I wrote this in an article today for RingTimeProWrestling.com.
Right.
Hey, man, Taker ain't ready. I don't know if Taker will ever be ready. Like, it just physically, his health ain't holding up for that. And if he could get together to do a match,
well,
it won't be the match. I think
if this was like, right. The thing is, I think if this was like maybe I give it like 2 or 3 years ago, then I can say, yeah, Taker could be ready for that. You know, I can give him that. I can say, yeah, make this match happen.
I think the last match,
I'm ready for it.
I saw Taker be Taker with WrestleMania 26. So, nah. I'm going to say no. I'll say this is the perfect timing. I think Triple H is the guy. I think we can do it on this scale. I think Sting deserves that, to have that match. You know what I mean?
Right.
What I've read of the deal, it is more than one match, but it's not much more than one match. So there might be 2 to 3 Sting matches. He's not going to do a lot of house shows. He's not going to do a lot of TVs. So they're not going to burn him out. And, of course, they're not going to overexpose him. So I think they're going to be forced to not screw this up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I'm happy about that. All in all, it left me satisfied. I think Survivor Series, it wasn't as good as past Survivor Series, but I thought it did a good enough job of what it was supposed to do. And I think if you were somebody who was new to the network, it made you say, I might stick around. Right. For $10, I might stick.
Especially that moment there. That was it. I swear to you, Keith, I watched that moment like about 5 times already.
Well, they played the show back to back to back that night. Like, I was like, wow, we just ended the show and we going back and we just gonna replay it again. Like, we can't talk about this.
Yeah, no.
Like, I think we need a moment as a family to talk about what we just saw.
No. Well, you can talk about it as you're watching it again and again and again. Because I'm now figuring out with the network, with pay-per-views, that's what they're going to do. When the pay-per-view comes on, they're just going to keep re-showing it. They'll re-show it all week. At different times during the week, they just keep re-showing it. Because
I have a problem with that. That's natural, but, like, you have to do 5 back-to-back in a row shows.
Yeah. They're like, yeah. Let's just keep re-showing it all night. It's wonderful. Then, if you miss it, watch it again, and again, and again. At some point, you're going to catch it, because they're going to keep re-showing it. It's crazy. But I rewind. That one particular moment, starting from when Dolph was by himself up until the end of the show, I kept watching that over and over and over again. It was the best part of the entire show. I don't care what anybody says. To me, that whole segment there was just the best part of the pay-per-view. See the way Stephanie was throwing that tantrum? Oh, sweet Jesus. That was awesome.
Bro, I thought Stephanie and Triple H sold the, like, we are the lost kids. They gave the fans what they needed. That whole we're done, we're upset. They sold that perfectly. Like, nobody does it better than those two. Right?
Exactly.
So, all in all, good show. Was happy to see it. I thought that moment happened at a very important point for this company, and that was good for them. Other than that, Keish, we're not really, like I said, we're not taking no breaks. We're just gonna go all the way through this thing. If you want to take a break, dear listener, you have a pause button. You know how to rock, right?
I don't deal with you, kid. I don't.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, if you need a break, hey, man,
we don't need no break. Ain't nobody need no breaks. We good. And then whatever. Like, I'm sure they'll be okay with us not taking a break. Matter of fact, I think they'll be happy we're not breaking. Go right into birthdays and news and such.
With the birthdays, it's only like 2 birthdays. Today, Ivory celebrates her birthday. Believe it or not, Ivory will turn 53 today.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, she wrestled in Glow. Like, that's when she broke in Glow.
But I didn't know Ivory was that old. Like, I swear to you, Keith, I thought she was like in her 20s when she was in WWF. Like, I didn't know she was that old. Is she really that old?
Yeah. I mean, she was probably one of the older ladies on the roster doing the Attitude Era.
she gives me hope. She gives me hope that one day I can do that too. I'm just saying. I'm only 27. I still have time. I still have time. I can make this happen. One day, Keith. One day.
Right.
I just gotta come up with a wrestling name. Something hot.
The late great British Bulldog will celebrate a birthday tomorrow. He would have been 52 years old. So, and that's it for birthdays, man. Right, no, not a lot of birthdays. News. What stuff about the news? So, we've been seeing the vignettes. We've been seeing them. It's a new day.
Exactly.
When are they going to debut?
But you got to have face time. I'm sorry, but Big E preaching is like the most hilarious shit ever. That one has to be my favorite. I'm sorry. Like,
okay.
Is that Lewis in the role? Like, that's hilarious, but Big E preaching, that did it for me. I couldn't. I was done after that.
I got a leaked photo with them over a SmackDown banner ring, but I don't know if that's a SmackDown TV taping or if they're just doing a SmackDown house show where they go.
From my
they do the house
understanding, that
show.
photo came from a house show. From my understanding, that photo came from a house show. I don't think it was a tape. It was taped. I don't think that was a SmackDown taping. I think that was a house show that they did.
Well,
but I have to say, their outfits are awesome. Like, they look great. They all dressed alike and stuff. It's greatness. I love the colors. The colors are awesome. If that's how they're going to look when they debut, I'm with it. 100%. Now, my question is, are they, what, I guess I just have to wait till they see exactly what their angle is, because are they going to have a choir too? I just want to know. Like, somebody had to let me know if the choir's coming too.
I'm not sure if your heels are baby faces. Word on the Street's Raw Monday will be the debut. So this Monday,
right.
We will see whatever it is we're going to see.
Right.
Also announced during Survivor Series, December 1st, following Raw. And they made sure it was December 1st. Because at first I thought it was going to be after the Raw last night. We're not off Monday. No, it's going to be December 1st. And let's tell you why. Because December 1st is the first day your free November subscription is done, right?
Right.
So, what are you going to want to do? You're going to re-up. Because you got to be there for December 1st. When Austin and McMahon do the Austin podcast on the WWE Network. Steve Austin nails what by far is the biggest podcast guest in the history of all wrestling podcast, Vince McMahon. Period, point blank. Keep it to the gate.
Exactly.
And Stone Cold said he's going to ask questions. It's going to be on the WWE Network. So I'm assuming it's going to be semi-protected. But, hey, man, you can't... I don't know. Vince?
I don't know. If he's going to ask questions like he normally do, is he going to be cussing as much? I want to know. I'm sure he's still going to be talking about the beards and all of that, but will he still be Stone Cold that he was on the podcast before it went to the network? That's what I
don't know. I don't know if this is a special event or if we're bringing the podcast to the network. Those are two very deep distinctions.
This is true. This is true. So we have to see what the difference is and everything.
All right.
But I'm excited. I love
the network has promoted. The company has promoted the podcast before, so that's not abnormal.
Right.
And I'm not sure if this is a part now of the WWE Network or if this is just something that they're doing with podcasts wanting to get more listeners and for them to get more exposure to the podcast world, right?
Right.
Well, who else would get McMahon but Austin? So it says it's going to be, I think it's still going to be very interesting. It's going to be amazing. Also, make sure I cover all my bases. In this news, New Japan Pro Wrestling is coming to U.S. television. So, starting in January, ACX or ASX TV, who does a lot of like live streaming concerts and stuff like that, gonna start showing some New Japan.
Awesome.
So, Lucha Underground ain't gonna be the only ones getting some international flair of wrestling in the United States come January. So, hey, when TNA get back in this mix, they have to step it up. Because I think there's going to be two very different presented products going on in the marketplace. So, hey man, they better be ready. But I feel good for wrestling.
Yeah.
And that shows that wrestling is on the upswing and that there's the future in it somewhere. If you can get these organizations doing this, Jeff Jarrett will be rocking and rolling next year. So, I mean, look around. I think you'll be thoroughly entertained in what you see. So
now, I do have a bit of news myself. I saw it on Facebook probably like a couple of days ago. Wrestler Yoshitatsu has a broken neck from taking a Styles clash from AJ Styles a little awkwardly. It was done wrong, and he ended up breaking 2 bones in his neck. So of course he's going to be out for a very long time. I had to say, get well soon, Yoshi. I'm sure that's rough, and I'm pretty sure that hurt like hell. But yeah, that happened, and it was awful. But it's the risk that's taken when you're a wrestler. So that's my bit of news for tonight.
Hopefully it get better. If not, I blame Yoshitatsu. So I blame AJ Styles. Just because I don't do that. No. Seriously, I hope he gets better.
I'm not dealing with you. That's what I don't. That's what I don't.
Monday night, we got to Raw. I thought it was a hot show, but I thought it was kind of like, it wasn't the best after pay-per-view show that they've ever done. Wasn't the worst.
Right.
The Authority got to say goodbye.
I thought the show was kind of horrible. Like, if you want me to be honest, I thought it was kind of.
Oh, I thought it was decent for what it was. I thought what it did was it just rounded up everything that happened. Like, if you didn't see it, we're just wrapping it up in a bow. The Authority says goodbye.
Right.
Daniel Bryan ran the show last night.
Which was
Monday
awesome.
night. Hey, is he just ignoring that his wife was a heel now? Or are they not talking about that? Just not.
Of course.
No.
You know, it's not being discussed.
I thought Concessions Cade was funny.
That was
I thought the match with Sandow Miz versus Cody and Stardust was very good. Sandow Miz kept their belts.
Yeah.
Poor Mark Henry had taken on the chin again against Ryback.
Of course.
But interesting match, Ambrose versus Harper for the IC title. Of course, Bray came at the end.
That was a good match until it was interrupted.
Yeah, well, at that point too, I don't think they were going to let Ambrose get that belt, but they had to give you the illusion that he might get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the DQ was already in the mix before Bray showed up. It was still solid, right?
Right.
So, all in all, I thought Raw was okay. I'm trying to see if I'm not drawing a blank on any other things that went down on Raw. You had to know the WWE app that Mercury and Noble was going to be the tag team partners. I don't even know why they wasted everybody's time with that.
We all knew that was going to happen. They should have just been like, okay, that's going to be a tag team partners and call it a day. Like, come on, man. Every level of foolishness.
That Big Show speech was long and winded and horrible.
Yeah, I wasn't with the Big Show speech. Like, personally, they could have did without that. It was just unnecessary. Like, it was just kind of like, okay, seriously, dude, no one cared to see your face when you had hit Cena. After you hit Cena, it was over. Like, once you made your 50-11th heel turn, like, it's like, no one cares.
Here's the thing.
You talking, okay, shut up. Like,
I give him credit for going with Eric Rowan as the guy that stepped up to him. And it's a good spot for Rowan. Rowan's a big boy. Like, when he stands next to Big Show, you're like, oh, he's only about 2 inches shorter. Really big boy. Natural athlete. Be interested for him to see. So, yeah. So, I went with that. I was glad I didn't get Big Show versus John Cena for the 455th time.
Oh, Lord.
And then that would have been booked at a pay-per-view, and then we got to talk about how John had these insurmountable odds and how can he beat the big giant, which he's done 15 times, but somehow we always had that same argument somehow.
Right.
But, you know, it is what it is. I'm waiting to see who all comes back and who gets back in the mix. Brie Bella defeats AJ by being Brie Bella, and she's hugging Nikki, and like I said, Daniel don't know about the heel turn, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's even addressing it. It's like, oh, that happened? Oh, okay. Like, they don't want to even, not even saying anything about it. Of course, he didn't go 2 seconds into that direction. He was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. So.
Well, here's the thing. Decent show, not awesome. It ended on a high note. Rollins got pinned. He had the AA and the zigzag, and next is the double pin, and woohoo! That's the official vanquishing for everybody.
Right.
But what do you think is next? What do you see coming on the horizon?
I see. Of course, I see some kind of development in this thing between Eric Rowan and Big Show. I see more developing with the Bray Dean feud. I really don't care for what happens with Nikki and Brie, but, you know, everybody else does whatever. Like, Daniel slowly makes his way back, but he's in and out. Like, it's not, I don't think, as of right now, it's going to be like a regular everyday thing. It's just a slow, like, I'm okay, I just want to show everybody I'm okay type thing. And I'm fine.
Next week is the anonymous Raw General Manager, who I thought was Hornswoggle, which that's going to suck.
Right, exactly. So, yeah. And you know what? I hope they don't bring back the anonymous Raw General Manager, because that was just awful. That
don't bring it back. Which, here's the thing. This is how bad they are. You open up a laptop to talk to the Raw GM. They have the papers showing on the keyboard for the script. You don't need papers if you open up a damn laptop. Have the Word file on the screen so you just read off the Word file. You don't need the paper. Like, who thought of that?
Someone that's really stupid. Like, there is nothing else to explain that. Something that's really stupid decided that this was a smart thing to do, and it's like, no, I don't know what the hell to tell you. You lost your damn mind. So.
You can keep a spare tucked away just in case something happens or something crashes, but for the most part, you just sitting out there with an Apple, it ain't gonna crash. Keith, just have the stuff brought up in a Word file.
Right.
Load it up. You ain't changing it because you got a hard copy out there. You can't change that, so you're not changing it.
It's whatever. Like, I never understood it anyway, you know? Like, that was just a horrible part of it, and then, like, it was just stupid. I always thought it was a dumb idea from the beginning, and I always hoped that once they got rid of it, they never brought it back. So I just hope that doesn't happen again. And I really ain't up for the celebrity general managers every week either. Like, that was getting on my nerves too, because they had so many people in there that made no sense. Like, it's just like, come on, man, seriously. Like, we don't need this happening every week. Like, I just can't take it. I can't. So we just have to see what they do with it. But hopefully they just put somebody in place and then call it a day. Right. You know, I can't deal with it. Not too much. So yeah, that's all I got for right now. I think Sting will make periodic appearances. So at some point, Brock will come back. When is that going to happen? Nobody knows. But at some point, we're going to need our world heavyweight champion to make an appearance. Please and thank you.
Yeah, I think Royal Rumble we'll start shaking things up. But we'll see how that all works out. I mean, because that's January, and we rush it to the next pay-per-view right away, so I think we're going to have a huge gap before Royal Rumble, and we'll see how it all plays out.
Can we cancel the next pay-per-view and and just start building storylines until Royal Rumble? You know, it's just a thought. It's just a thought.
Possible. But, yeah, I think that's it. Now I'm free to listen to other podcasts, and I can find out what they thought, because I didn't want to poison my brain by listening to something else. And then, you know how you start regurgitating their thoughts, and you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm good now. Tune on our family codes for the podcast, the Wrestlecast. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're going to discuss this. So, you know, jump on and listen to some other things out there in these streets. Everybody have a happy holiday. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Watch some football.
A lot of food. Yay!
Go Lions. A real first place team with a winning record that I like to.
Go turkey and dressing. Oh man, that's going to be greatness.
Keisha, you ain't get that shot at your mouth, but that's fine. But that's what's up. So check me out. Other projects, check out ATL All Day. I am one of the new staff writers there. I am usually doing game recaps and stuff right now, but so more stuff should be coming up shortly. And go to RetireProWrestling.com. We are always there. Go to iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podomatic, Spreaker, TuneIn, YouTube. Yeah, we'll see. We're pressing up on YouTube, but people actually listen to us on YouTube. So, hey man, we try to come at you and provide this product a variety of ways.
Exactly.
So check it out. And like I said, check out RetireProWrestling.com. It's your all source for everything that we do. Like us on Facebook. That crowd seems to be growing, and I appreciate all the new likes that we've gotten. And I think that's it, Keisha. I'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah, that's it. So we'll talk to y'all next week, everybody. Peace.